So ever since Jeffrey Epstein got arrested back in 2019, and then his eventual, as you know, on the record, you know, as unaliving himself, you know, I'm not sure if how YouTube treats, you know, certain wording, so I'm just going to go with that. And obviously a lot of people don't think that, you know, Jeffrey Epstein didn't do that. I will admit, I am one of them that's skeptical of that whole entire situation, man, and I don't blame you on whichever side that you on, whether he did unalive himself or not. But ever since then, it's been a constant talking point on the internet and in general as well. But I would say that over the last like couple weeks, maybe even just the last week, it has absolutely skyrocketed back into like, you know, the main page of media, because even though it's always still been there, it's always kind of like secondary to a lot of other issues that's been going on. But what really sparked this was Trump about a week ago, I think it was. I can't remember exactly when it was, but it was recently, of when he actually spoke out about these Jeffrey Epstein files and about how everyone's still talking about it.
Sure. If I
could I just interrupt for 1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable.
And this is like very contrary to what Donald Trump has talked about in the past, because he has mentioned the Epstein files multiple times over the last few years.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you know, you don't know it. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there, because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would, or at least...
And even him, like, talking about, he's actually even named people. He's named Bill Clinton and also Prince Andrew, saying that they are accused or that they were linked to Jeffrey Epstein in some horrendous way. And I've seen, like, I'm not going to show you every single clip of Donald Trump talking about this situation, but I've seen that CoffeeZilla on his second channel on Voidzilla, he has been like doing multiple videos about this whole entire situation. There's even clips of where Kash Patel, the head of the FBI, has come out previously, like before he was put in command of the FBI, is that he was saying that this list needs to come out, and then now that he's in charge of the FBI, nothing has come out, and he's kind of like, you know, starting to, they're almost trying to cover up this whole entire situation and pretend like it hasn't existed. Donald Trump has come out, made a whole entire, I don't think it was on Twitter, I think it was on Truth Socials. He's made a whole Truth Social about this, an entire fucking paragraph that's basically a nothing burger. The reason why I'm making a video about it, because I have not made a video about it at all over the last like week or few days that this has been going on, is that it has now come out that supposedly, and this is supposedly because I'm not sure, this is being put around through different like articles. Daily Mail initially broke this, but like it's obviously very hard. We just have to put this because it's more of like a leak. Is that apparently, is it Ghislaine Maxwell? It's Ghislaine, isn't it? Ghislaine Maxwell is willing to speak in front of US Congress about the Epstein files. Now, if you don't know who Ghislaine Maxwell is, she was pretty much second to the whole entire Jeffrey Epstein operation, all right? When it came to all the sex trafficking, the child trafficking, and everything that had got to do with Jeffrey Epstein, is that she was the one who was basically like his right-hand woman. That's who Ghislaine Maxwell is. She is like spending pretty much, I think, like the next 20 to life. I'm not sure exactly how many years that she's in prison for, but basically she's fucked. Like for the rest of her life, she's cooked. So she's probably sitting there in jail, and she's probably been seeing all this recent stuff come out, especially for the fact, like, to me, the thing that has really gotten me of this whole entire situation is the fact that, like, Trump came out, like, you know, before he got elected and saying that, you know, he's talked about this list multiple times in the past, and now it's like nothing has been done about it whatsoever. That maybe she's seen all this and she's just like, you know what? He doesn't want to say anything. They don't want to put this list out, even though it's going to be thing. I've got nothing to lose, because she doesn't. She really doesn't. She's kind of cooked either way. Like, so I think that maybe that's the way of her entire brain thinking, is that she has nothing else to lose. She's cooked for the rest of her life. She has been put in prison. She probably will barely see the light of day. And even if she does see the light of day and gets out fucking somehow, is that her life is ruined. It is. So if I was her, you know what? I would kind of say fuck it too, and just say, you know what? If no one's going to bring this out, I'm just going to let the whole entire world burn. And you know what? I think good. I think that she should come out and speak about this, and at least fucking someone has to. I mean, I am an Aussie, okay? So I'm not an American. When it comes to American issues, I don't speak about them on my channel because they don't involve me. They don't, you know, whenever it came to like, you know, their immigration and all that stuff. Obviously I have opinions, but I keep track of what's going on in America and American politics because I find it interesting, right? But I don't put my opinions on it. But when it comes to the Epstein files, is that to me, this is more than just an American issue. Like, to me, this is a worldwide issue. This is something that has got to do with one of the most prolific pedophiles of all time. That's who Jeffrey Epstein is, right? And me, who is not even an American, I want justice brought to this person and everyone else involved. So everyone in the world, you know, I think has a right to talk about this whole entire situation. And me, I'm kind of even disappointed in Trump, the fact that he didn't say anything, right? I don't really care. Like, I'm not a fan of Trump, or I don't hate him, you know? Like, I'm not here to talk about my opinions on the US president, because like I said, is that I'm Australian, right? But from what I know, and because like I said, I watch a lot of American politics, is that people voted for Trump because they were thought that he was going to come in, once he came into office, is that he was going to come in and fuck shit up. That's why they voted for him. They came in because he talked the talk, you know, and he's like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to release the Epstein files, I'm going to release JFK files, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to get all these illegal immigrants out of the country, you know. And for a lot of it, he's kind of like, he has been walking the walk for majority of it, from what I've seen. Like, he said that he was going to get rid of a lot of illegal immigrants. Like I said, I'm not going to get into the details of it, but he has been doing that. Like, he has been, but this is the only thing that he has, like, kind of backtracked on, and he's now trying to fucking push under the rug. And a lot of people who are in support of MAGA have been pissed off. I mean, I saw someone on Twitter burning their MAGA hat because of this whole entire situation, because this is a big situation. Like, this is massive. This is dealing with a lot of powerful people that have supposedly done some terrible things. So people want fucking answers for it. They really do. And if Donald Trump isn't going to give the people the answers like he promised, I mean, someone else has got to fucking do it. It's got to come from somewhere else. And the fact that Ghislaine Maxwell is now coming out and saying that she's going to do it, that's big. That is absolutely massive. Now, will it actually happen is the question, okay? That is the question, is will it actually happen? I think that there is one of three I think there's three situations that goes forward with this, right? Is that one, it actually does go through and she does speak to the US Congress about this whole entire situation, and shit just fucking hits the fan, right? She goes in a heavy detail and boom, everything fucking blows up. Two, the US Congress deny her speaking in front of it, and it's still all hidden. Well, actually, four situations, all right? Not three. Let's talk about four. Is that the third one is that she does speak in front of US Congress, but not about everything. Is that there is a lot that she doesn't say, and everyone is still left questioning things. And then the fourth one is that she unalives herself just like Jeffrey Epstein did. And you know what? That fourth one, I'm gonna say, that had to happen with what this statement has come out. Oh my God. If Ghislaine Maxwell had to die in prison before she spoke in front of US Congress, I think that shit would blow up. If this is true that she was willing to speak in front of the US Congress and she's randomly passes away before she does, shit will hit the fan even more than if she had to come out. There would be there could be riots in the street of America. Because, like, even if they say that, oh, she unalived herself in the South, bullshit. That would actually, people would call such bullshit on that. And then people would go even further into thinking that Jeffrey Epstein, as a matter of fact, didn't kill himself in prison as well. But this whole entire situation has been insane over the last, week or so. And the fact that now, supposedly, Ghislaine Maxwell is coming out and saying that she's willing to speak in front of Congress about this whole entire Epstein files, to me is even crazier. And man, I think that at some point, we will hear the details of the Epstein files, whether it is Ghislaine Maxwell coming and speaking out about it, or it doesn't come out for a bunch more years. But I definitely definitely think with how heavy this story is and the fact that the people want answers so much and they keep pushing this situation, is that at some point, whether it's sooner or later, we are going to hear the details of the Epstein files. And I think that if you're an American or even a non-American, you should be pushing to want to hear answers for this whole entire thing. But that's going to be it from me. I would definitely like to hear what you guys think about all this down below. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Peace out.